everyone. I'm Riki. Welcome to SPTV. So, as you get on, say hello and let me know kind of where you're from. I'm going to be doing some tarot today, well, probably a little bit more. I'm a psychic medium from Oklahoma in the United States. So, say hello. And Richard's in my ear, so he's going to let me know what questions you have, and then I'll pull some cards for you. If I get anything additional, I'll add those as well. So welcome, everybody. Oh, my name is Riki, and I own Tarot and Intuition. So you can find me on Insta, on Facebook, or on TikTok at Tarot and Intuition. So, hello, Terry. I'm not familiar with everybody, so please let me know where you're from. Hi, Millie. And hello, Mick. How's everyone doing? I'm doing well. Hi, Cheryl. Good evening, Nia. It's only 2 o'clock here in the US, so hello to everyone. Hi, Avril. Hi, Natalie. Evening. And Krish. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Kimberly. Hope everyone's doing well. Hi, Anne. Hello, Claire. Good evening. Hello, Catherine. Hi, I hope I don't butcher your name. Hi, Conchessa. Portsmouth. Good evening. Hi, Jade. It's 8 p.m. here. Yeah. Hi, Jody. Brum Brum. Where's that, Richard? I'm a Brum Brum. You can't. Oh, Birmingham. Okay. Hello, Jody. I'm not familiar with some of the lingo, so you'll have to give me a second to catch on. Hi, Sapphire. From the South Coast. Awesome. Would love a reading. Sure. Hi, Stace. Good evening. Aimster. Hello. My first time on here too, hun. Hi, Nadia. Welcome back. And hello, Christy. It's 10 a.m. here, still morning. Where are you from? Maybe. Belgium. Okay. Awesome. Well, welcome. And Jody, Birmingham. Yep. Well, hello, everyone. It's my first time on here, so just take it easy with me. I'm used to doing lives, but not exactly like this. So hello, Denise from St. Helens in Hawaii. Okay, awesome. Well, welcome, Christine. Okay. Sure. Let's go with the first one that said that if I feel drawn to her. Sorry, I'm talking to Richard, so I apologize. Like I said, I'm just getting used to this. Would love a reading. Okay, so from the South Coast, Sapphire, Marie. Let's see what we got for you, hon. What's going on with Sapphire? What does she need to know? If you want to see the cards, let me know. If not, then I'll just tell you what I get. Are you not taking care of yourself properly, hun? Because I feel like you're surrounded by energy and you've got passion and desire, but it's like it's a cycle of things that keep coming back to you. Like you're stuck in a rut maybe. I think that you need to get back to your roots, kind of get out in nature or do things that kind of ground you. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is the part of the mediumship part of me, and I apologize. When I pull cards and I start getting things, I do start getting additional information. Um, so I feel like your mind's going in circles. It's almost like things replay over and over. Um, I would say get out, get grounded a little bit, because I think you're being guided. I think you're on the right path. I think that you're going in the right direction, but I feel like there's more to your path than what you're seeing. And it takes you getting grounded to be able to see that you're being led to maybe to a different like a step up. You're supposed to be doing something a little bit more than what you're doing now. Um, but I feel like you're keeping repeating a cycle. But I feel like most of it is just because you're not seeing that you're being led. I do feel like people are around you, and it's more of kind of a nudge from the universe, I guess, or whoever you confirm. Um, but it's a pattern. I think you've got intuitive gifts, because I'm seeing like the high priestess in my head. So that tells me that you've got intuition and stuff that's right there, but maybe you're just not paying attention to it. But you're being led on some other path. And I think it's something that's more fulfilling than what you feel like you have right now. I hope that makes sense. Awesome. Just, I always tell people, imagine yourself at a theater where it's dark and you see the screen in front of you, and kind of breathe in and breathe out. Take a few deep breaths, ground yourself, be out in nature, and imagine yourself there and just say, hey, I'm open, I'm receptive, and I'm inviting you to talk to me. You're creating space for that, for spirit or your loved ones to come and commune with you. So I would give them the space to do that, invite them in, and let them know that you're receptive at that time. And I think it'll sort itself out. And I think it'll get you out of your head a little bit. Carson, it's hot in here. You're very welcome. Awesome. Good. That's great. I love it. He's telling me that we have lots of mediums on here. So I'm saying absolutely. I love it. Oh, okay. I'm not crazy because I'm talking to him. Okay. No. Awesome. Okay. Well, the next one, I'm ready. Hi, Nadia. Really need about a love situation. I am fed up with thinking. Okay. I'm going to pull, actually, I'm grabbing a different deck. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, different decks have different personalities to me. And so just give me a second. What's going on with Nadia? You feel like you're not being appreciated. You're always having to bend to somebody else's will, and you're just holding on. Okay. You're intuitive. You feel it. You feel everything that you're going through very, very deeply. I do get the sense that you are feeling a little bit unappreciated, that maybe it's not always an even equal exchange, but somehow or another you've dropped anchor. The thing is, I don't feel like you really need my help. I know that you're tired of thinking about it, but you're holding on to something so tightly that it's like, I feel like you're going out to sea, right? Where the waves keep crashing into you, and you're beating yourself up trying to get out. And if you just relax and just be receptive to what's going on and everything that's playing out, I think that it might set you back a minute, but it will push you to where you need to go. I think you just need to be in that one of resistance and trying to control everything. So I would say this isn't something that takes brute force to get through. It's something where it takes that mental clarity. Um, for some reason, I feel like your relationship or whatever it is you're wanting to know about is going to work itself out, but you need to set healthy boundaries. I feel like those haven't really been established and you kind of just sunk into routine. But I think if you establish new and healthy boundaries, I think it will work itself out. Just don't try to control it. Just try to be mentally agile, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and try to go with the flow. But get out of your head and quit over processing. I think everything's broken apart, and you don't need to do that. Just take it in and let it go. It will work itself out, though. They'll start to they'll start to appreciate you a little bit more once you set boundaries. So, okay, I'm sorry, Richard. Next one. I'm sorry, Nadia. I'm not used to this yet. Just you're gonna have to get used to. No, no worries. You have a good day now, Nadia. Okay, Carrie Ann. May I have a card, please? Sure. Let's see what we got for you, Carrie Ann. Okay, so I get three for you, hun. I get the Ten of Pentacles, which is it's all about stability, structure, family. It's also to me about legacy. So maybe right now you're thinking about long-term goals, how you're leaving your name behind, saving things to that nature. I get the King of Cups. So this tells me that emotionally you are rock solid. The King of Cups. It can be a chaos inside of us, and it's like we hold everything together. We hold the ships on solid ground, right? And I get judgment. So this is one. This tells me that you're going through a pivotal moment right now, maybe in your mindset and your way of thinking. Judgment to me isn't judgment. It's about liberation. It's about freedom. It's about lifting restrictions that maybe we've held things together with. It's about coming to terms with our beliefs or our views and not those that were taught to us, but our own personal truths. So I think you're hitting a moment in your life to where you're kind of reevaluating and reassessing what you want and why you want them. So I honestly, these are all great cards to me. These are all great signs that we're evolving and we're changing, and that's always a good thing. So I would say take a breath, because all these cards and each of them individually can kind of sometimes be overwhelming. So just take a breath and just remember you're right on track. Okay, Richard. Okay. Awesome, Nadia. Thank you for responding and giving me feedback. I appreciate that. Okay, Avril, will my family situation go better? Give me 1 second. I feel like it's very mental right now. Everything that's going on is mental. Um, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I feel like it's more of a mental challenge than it is maybe a physical. Um, Emotionally, this is something is cracking and breaking free. It's kind of like I don't have the Tower card in front of me, but the Tower card, for instance, it would say that the foundation that we've created maybe wasn't stable enough, or that the structure that we built on top of it wasn't where it needed to be. And so sometimes things need to be torn down to be rebuilt, and I think this is where you're getting right now. This is a kind of a turning point emotionally for your family. So even though it feels stressful and it feels very mental and everybody is watching, or it feels like all eyes are on you, or maybe the family or the dynamic, just remember this is a turning point and that it is going to get better. So yes, I do feel it will. Um, Avril, this is for you. It's stability, the structure, everything is it's being rebuilt. So just bear with it and have patience. Okay, Richard. Thank you, Avril. Okay. Okay. It's okay. I'm looking to buy a used Toyota RAV4. I want to know if it's good to buy. Um, I think there's, okay, I don't know if you guys use the same term that we use here. Like if something is a lemon, I keep seeing that in my head and I keep hearing that it's a lemon. Not that there's something bad with it, but that there's something that's not being disclosed. I would go test drive it thoroughly. I would look at all the paperwork or whatever. I don't know how you guys do things there, but for me, it's telling you to step back and really, really look into every detail of the purchase. Make sure that somebody is with you that's knowledgeable in vehicles, because I do feel like something's not being disclosed. So just be careful with that one. Not that it's necessarily bad, but just something's not being disclosed. Okay, Richard. I'm just used to like being real quick, and so usually I just go through them really quickly. So I'm not used to telling somebody, okay, next. Okay. Oh. Okay. 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 Hi, Verity. Can I please have some guidance if you feel drawn to me? I'm stuck in a low episode with. Okay. Verity, I'm gonna pull some cards for you. I do want to say I'm not saying anything about being bipolar or anything like that. But I do think you have some gifts on top of it that maybe exacerbate it, maybe, if that's the best way to put it. I'm going to pull some cards for you. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm wondering if you're considering a low period because it feels overwhelming and it kind of stops your thought process. Because when I pull a card, it kind of verifies what I'm thinking. And this is a whole brand new kind of, everything's coming at you at once. It could be overwhelming. The sword or the wands are fire energy. It's very rapid. It's very passionate. I feel like a whole lot is going on inside of you, mentally and maybe physically, because I keep being pulled down. So maybe physically as well. But I'm wondering if you've had gifts that maybe you've repressed and they're kind of trying to, so it's almost making you feel more anxious or kind of, I use the term polar a lot because everything is polarized. And but I'm wondering if that's part of that feeling that you're feeling into is the polarity of things plus the rapidness and just that fire energy that's very quick. I feel like you're learning a different way to navigate it. And see, when I ask if you're gifted and if maybe it's something you're repressing, I'm getting the High Priestess, which to me indicates, something beyond just the physical realm. That it's not just physical; it's something more, and it's beyond just your mental state. It's gifts. So I'm wondering how that's playing into it, and I'm trying to think of how to put this because every time I start to say something, I'm being told no in my head. So I'm trying to find the right way to kind of come about saying it. Okay, so I'll tell you what I do, and maybe this will help because everything I'm being told is I'm being told no in my head. sometimes we have to clear space in our head. So when we write them down or when we verbalize them and record them, we're getting them out of our head to allow different energy to come in, and it kind of free up space, right? And I'm wondering, have you tried something like that? Because I do think some of it is gifts, and I think some of it may be the whole bipolar, or I keep wanting to say episode because I don't like that word. I don't know why. Um, but I feel like there's more to it. So I would say journal things down. Don't read about it right away. Like, say it, write it down, and then forget about it for a week or two. Because I feel when you go back to it, everything that you're going through and the things that you put onto the page or that you say and record will make sense then. I think it's for a reason. So write them down, get them out of your head, clear up space, and then go back to them. Because I do think that that will help kind of calm some of the anxiety because you're relieving some of it. But I also think that in a week or two, when you go back and you look through all of them, when you're not in the same reactive state that you are now, I think that you will look at it a little bit differently. So put it on paper, say it on a recorder, and go back to it later and see what you get. Because I do think that it will be clear to you why you're going through it right now, and what the anxiety is stemming from. You do attempt? Okay. Maybe go back in a couple of weeks, like I said, when you're out of that state of mind, or when you're out of that reactive state, go back and try to look at them kind of as a bulk and see if any kind of pattern emerges. Because I think that's part of the anxiety, is that we're just, it's almost like everything's on replay. You know what I mean? And we're not kind of getting it out of our space and clearing our space and our energy. So I would say set it all aside, go back a couple weeks and kind of go through it at that point and see if anything else comes up. Because I feel like part of them are some of your gifts trying to shine through, and it's kind of like it's a battle of wills right now. And I don't know if you resonate with that or not, and I'm not sure if that really helps. And if it doesn't, I really apologize. Okay, Richard. It makes sense in my head, but I'm trying to do it, and my guides keep cutting me off. I'm like, no, don't say it like that. Gotta love it. It's like it's that buzzer in my head that when I try to say something right before I start to spit it out, they're like, and I'm just like, okay, that's not right. So okay. Good luck, Verity. Okay. Terry, well, I never asked for a reading, but like, well, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. If drawn, I would love a card. Absolutely. Okay, Terry, right now, I feel like you're kind of on top of your game. I feel like maybe you pull back from people a little bit, and you're very protective. But I feel like you're hitting this turning point. I do feel like you're also in a point of a vantage point. So you are in a situation where you can see everything very clearly. I do think that as far as family and everything at home, I feel like there's a really good balance. I get that you're probably pretty busy. But something is changing. Something is changing. Maybe it's a mindset. Maybe it's you're rethinking what you want to do or how you want to do things. But it's kind of like the death card with me. It's kind of like a metamorphosis. Something goes in and it's completely kind of reconfigured, and something else beautiful emerges. I do feel like you're in a vantage point and you're seeing everything going around, but everything's stable. So I don't really know what you're rethinking or what you're considering doing, but I do think that this is a good time for you to be able to expand or grow in any way that you feel pushed or pulled to do so. But I feel like you are very mental, like you break everything apart. Like there's like a checklist in my head, which is a good thing. I do that quite a bit. I'm an Aquarius. So, but I think you're just at the, okay. So when I pull two more cards, we get Strength and the Emperor. So really you're finding your own power. You're finding your own power. You're finding your structure, your stability, and you're really at that point in your life to where you see things with a lot more clarity than I think you have in the past. Kudos to you. I don't see anything negative coming your way. Like I said, any way that you want to expand right now, all these cards tell me you've got strength and power behind you to be able to do that, and you're in a position to see what direction you need to take. So if there's anything that you are wanting to change, or not even really change, but tweak, I would say this is a really great time for you to do so. I hope that helps, Terry. And thank you for asking a question. There's something, a rethinking checklist. Awesome. Well, right now is the time to make waves or to move, and you'll be successful. That's awesome. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. And good luck to you, Terry. Okay, Richard. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Let me see what I got for you, hun. Actually, you can get a different deck. Thank you. All right. Crystal, you've got a lot going for you, sweetheart. We've got the Queen of Wands, which this is really being in your own power. You're being able to shine at this moment. You're just kind of in control. That's the King of Cups. You're very in control. You're kind of everybody's safe harbor. You're that rock in the middle of a storm. It just stays put, right? Honestly, I get that you've just got a lot going for you. I think, okay, so what I am being told though is you hold back. So yes, you are everybody's safe harbor, and everybody emotionally goes to you, and you are the strength of those around you, and you're able to hold it together and you shine. And I would say, be careful about putting yourself out there too much. Do things to help nurture yourself. Give time, give energy back to yourself, because when we're that kind of structure and that driving force for everybody else, sometimes we tend to neglect ourselves. So make sure that you don't do that. Everything needs to be reciprocal, right? Energy comes and goes, and it should be fluid. So just make sure that you're spending time for yourself and the things that you love and that make you happy and bring you joy. But honestly, you've got a lot going for you right now, sweetheart. So kudos, congrats. Okay, Richard. Have a great one, Crystal. You're very welcome, Terry. Thank you for the feedback. Hi, Amanda. Okay. Okay, so he just, apparently he's picking random people just to kind of pop up. So kind of thought, So Amanda, I'm gonna go ahead and pull a card for you. Since he put you up, he chose you. You've been selected. If you don't like it, blame Richard. Sweetheart, I get you're highly intuitive. You got very watery energy to me. I'm not saying you're a water sign, but it feels like you can be highly intuitive, maybe emotional, but I think you hold yourself back. So I pulled a few cards, and I'm getting the Six of Swords and the Nine of Wands, which you hold yourself back, and sometimes you struggle and you get overwhelmed with kind of putting yourself out there in a different way, or maybe you're not I feel like you're holding yourself back from doing something that you want to do. Like you're giving an inch, but you could have went a mile. You know what I mean? Um, so I feel like you're limiting yourself because maybe you put energy into things like full heartedly and then you wear yourself out very quickly. But I feel like you're content when you could be ecstatic. So I don't know where you're holding yourself back, but I feel like you know that you're holding yourself back. Mm. But I do think, like I said, I think it's the energy. You put everything in, and then it's just like it's kind of like when we have that success or whenever we have that moment of glory and we're like all overwhelmed and exuberant and energy's high, and then it's like, well, what now? Well, what now? Now what do I do? And so it's like chasing that high, right? And I kind of like I feel like you're doing that and you're holding yourself back from really great things, and you've just kind of settled. And I'm not sure why, because I get that you're intuitive and that you can be in the moment and spontaneous. But I do think it's kind of like that, what now? So put yourself out there, take a leap of faith, and get out of the rut. Well, take a leap of faith and put yourself out there in a different way, honey. And good luck to you, Amanda. Okay, Richard. Are they talking to you now? Am I on the right path? uh, that's not an American thing at all. Am I on the right path? Um, Trevor, when you ask if you're on the right path, I think you're in the right ball field. I don't think you're on. Okay, so I'm going to tell you kind of what I have. I get that you collaborate very well with others. I get that you work very well with others. I do get that it works well for you because you get an immediate confirmation and validation, which is absolutely okay. I like immediate and instant validation as well. It helps us build our confidence. Um, but I feel like it kind of puts you in a fishbowl, right? You can see the outside world, but you're still kind of limiting what you're doing. Um, I think you have all the tools necessary for what you're wanting to do. I think that you're more than capable at anything you put your mind to. I would say, yes, you're kind of on the right path. You're in the park where the paths go, and I feel like you're at this intersection. It doesn't matter kind of what path you take, though. I really think that it's just going to kind of circle back around. If you decide something, you're kind of course correcting, and it kind of goes in a loop, so you get to where you want to go. I don't think that you can choose something wrong. I think that you're in the right arena. I just don't think you're exactly where you want to be yet. I think it will be coming, and I think part of slowing down is that you work well with others, and that conversation or that communication that you have with others really helps to kind of fuel you. But I feel like it limits you also. So I would say cut yourself a break. I think you're very hard on yourself because I'm asking, okay, why is this needed? Why is this whatever? You're the hardest on yourself, and I'm gonna tell you, like I tell my son that's 20, you see your flaws and they're amplified. So anything that you go out in life and you try to do spiritually, physically, whatever, you see them well before anybody else does. And half the things that you see, other people will never see unless you make them aware of it. Um, I do think people look up to you in some way. I think that you inspire some of the people around you. Um, I do feel like you just work better in groups. Like whatever you do, you need that feedback immediate. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I would say try to branch out and try to kind of explore and look at it as a new adventure kind of with yourself, and explore maybe new hobbies or different things, trying to get your footing to where it's just something that you're doing, so that we can kind of try to break that mindset of you need that feedback, because I think you have everything right there at your disposal, and I think that you're capable of doing anything you want, and I do think that you're in that arena. I don't think you've focused in on exactly where you want to be yet. That's why I can't tell you if it's exactly the right path, but I do think you're in the right ballpark. But I think you're getting there. So take it easy on yourself. Just remember to breathe and you will get there. And I hope that helps. And good luck to you, Trevor. Is this, it like cuts the names off. So is this Tam? Oh, can you? Perfect. Okay, I can see it now. Thank you. Hi, Tam. Guidance, please. Okay, let me pull some cards for you. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see what we got here. You're welcome, Trevor. Thank you for giving feedback. Okay, Tam. I feel like somehow you're kind of breaking tradition in a way. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think you look at things a little bit differently than maybe your parents or your grandparents or something like that. You're breaking tradition, like with your family, or you have been. I feel like you've got everything together, and I think you pay attention to everything, every detail. But I feel like you're just on the precipice of like breaking free from something. Like maybe something's held you back, or something has had you kind of mentally kind of worried, or something. But I feel like you're right there and you're literally trying to break free. The reason I say that is because the card that I pulled was the Devil card. This tells me that maybe there's things that we've been taught that don't naturally resonate with us, that they may be things that were taught to us that are part of our truth. And truth is subjective. It's as individual as our own thumbprint. So I think that you're learning who you are. I do think that you're very comfortable with who you are. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is that really receptive, grounded energy. But I do feel like maybe you're thinking about going off on a new path. I don't know if you're interested in a hobby that will pay out. It's something that you want to do and it like fuels you. So I feel like you're being pulled towards something. And I feel like you're like breaking free. So I don't know if it's a hobby, if it's a new job, or if it's something that you want or you desire. It's part of like maybe a passion, something like that, or that you're just passionate about. But I do feel like you're trying to break free of something, and that you're taking a closer look at something. So honestly, with all the cards I get here, I would say whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, that you're passionate about, that you're trying to break free from, kind of go for it. Give it your all, jump in with both feet, and don't look back. I think this is a good year for everybody, pretty much overall. Everybody that I have had in my private readings and such, I'm getting nothing but good energy for this year. So I'm telling everybody, just go for it. This is time. The energy's right. Make sure your head's right, and just go for it. I hope that helps, Tim. Okay, Richard. Hi, Nia. Professional and domestic family guidance, please. Thank you. Okay. 1 second, Nia. Professional and domestic. Okay, what do we got for Nia? Okay, as far as professional guidance for Nia, what do we got? I think you're removing obstacles as far as your profession. I don't know if that's you completely changing or you getting promoted, but I feel like you're breaking obstacles, like you're passing obstacles as far as your professional career, things like that. You get the Nine of Cups, which is all about fulfillment. It's all about, getting advantage. You know, we've got the Father of Roots, which is the father, or the King of Pentacles, which would tell me that you're on your way to getting what you wanted. I don't look at Pentacles as monetary. I look at it as what we value as success. So understand, whatever you value as success, you're breaking obstacles, you're finding fulfillment in what you do, and you're kind of leveling the playing field. So I think you're getting to where you want to go. But remember, also, it's all about planting the seeds that later flourish. So I do think you'll see a payoff soon, or something else will be coming about where there will be more of a payout soon. So that tells me if you're independently, if you feel, how do I put that? If you work for yourself and you're like an entrepreneur, then I think you'll see a big increase or flux in income soon. If you work for somebody, maybe that could be a pay raise, something like that. But just keep an eye on that. But I do think that you're on the right path. You're just kind of breaking through the obstacles and barriers that were in your way before. As far as domestic, is there somebody you kind of called a truce with lately? The Two of Swords would indicate that we keep our guard up. Maybe there's a decision that needs to be made. Maybe we're resisting it, but I'm not seeing it like that. I'm actually being told it's more like there's a truce. It could be because swords are mental. It could be something that you've resolved within yourself. Say, okay, this is just the way it's going to be. I think you're setting yourself up for the happy home, happy life kind of situation. I think that you've already laid the roots, but now the only thing that I think everything is in your head, not tangible, if that helps. I think that most of it is things that go on in your head, your worries, your concerns, things like that. But I think it's literally just inside your head. I don't feel like most of it's tangible or any of it's tangible. But remember, where your thoughts go, energy flows. So don't feed the I don't know or I don't want or the negativity or the self-doubt. Try to turn it into an affirmation of some sort. If you don't have enough money today, but I have enough money for today, you know what I mean? And then, but tomorrow, or I'm making more tomorrow, or I have plans for tomorrow. I think turning it and switching up your mindset or the way that you talk to yourself, because I feel like it's an internal thing. I feel like if you say it aloud, you would hear what you're saying inside your head. And I think that you've kind of taken the scenic route where you could be fast tracking it because everything looks like it's in alignment. But I feel like the talk inside, the chatter inside your head is kind of what's slowing the progression of things. So I would say try saying things aloud or writing them down to where you can see what you're saying to yourself, and then try to switch it up on a more positive note. Instead of I don't have or I need or I want, try to think of, but I do have this and I have this in plenty and I would love to have this, but kind of switching up our thought process and the way that we inner speak to ourselves. I think will really speed up rapidly the development on the tangible part of it. Good luck, Thea. Okay, Richard. Okay. Hi, Sarah. Can I have a general love reading? I'm single. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Let's see what we got for you, Sarah. What's going on, Sarah, in the romance department? Okay. The Two of Cups, to me, this is probably one of the best indicators that you're going to be coming and meeting somebody soon. But the thing is, this is about relationships, not necessarily about a mate. So, but there is new energy coming in, and this is the cups. This is the suit of emotion. I think in the past you kind of held yourself back, but you're kind of seeing things from a different perspective. You're ready to like go the distance now. You're ready to stand tall and turn the heartaches or whatever, or the burdens of the past kind of into a learning lesson. I do think that you have a different perspective and you're looking out above, I mean, beyond maybe the scope that you saw before. I do think that something is coming. I do think that it's something that fuels you passionately. I do think that you've kind of held yourself back a little bit, maybe in reserve, trying to get your head right or something. But I think you're ready to kind of proceed. I do feel like somebody will be coming in. When I ask questions, I don't ask more than probably 3 to 4 months out, because any new choice that you make creates a whole new wide world of opportunity and adventure, right? So anything that you choose, and if you don't like what I say, then make a small choice, and it redirects that possibility into something different. So, but I do think that somebody is coming. And like I said, when I ask, I usually ask about 3 to 4 months out between now and then. If somebody will, then I'm going to enjoy it. Yes, absolutely. Enjoy it and good luck. All right, Richard. Everybody on here is so sweet. They're not always sweet everywhere else. Hi, Avril. Going through a spiritual awakening. I'm only finding it difficult. I'd be grateful for a card. Okay. Let's see what we got for you, hon. Avril, actually, I don't need a card for you. I can pull a card for you, and I will here in a minute if you would still like me to. I actually have a message for you, and I hope you don't mind. I will pull a card for you here in a minute, though, if you still like me to. Take a breath. The thing is, you can learn from me. You can learn from anybody wherever you're at. You can learn from 20 different people. When you go through a spiritual awakening, we tend to think that we need a mentor or somebody to guide us through it. I don't think that that's necessary. Okay, so you can learn everything. You can learn things from other people, or you can read books to learn things. I'm asking you to take a step back and watch your triggers, or when you get reactive to things. Start writing those down. Start taking note and asking yourself why they're triggering, either in a good way or a bad way. It doesn't matter. It can be in an indefinite way. It doesn't matter. Just whenever you feel reactive or triggered in any way, take note of those, because you're going to be your own best teacher, and anybody else who tries to teach you is slowing down your progress, because they're teaching you their way, and you have a very unique way of accessing the information that's coming to you. Also, I need to tell you that being clairvoyant or clairaudient isn't always exact. Sometimes it could be as tangible as the person sitting in front of you. And sometimes it's a thought between thoughts. It's like a book that we've read a long time ago and we remember. It's part of our inherent knowing. That still, if you see a picture or the memory or even the feeling, it's still using your clairs. It doesn't have to be as direct as something projected outwards to where you physically see it in front of you, or as clear as having an earbud in your ear and you're hearing that. It could be little ticks that you just understand or give you a sense of knowing or understanding in some way. Like I said, like an old memory that's kind of like pulled to the surface. And I think that might be part of what you're doing is because it's triggering like memories. And when I speak to someone, a lot of times I get the information the way that they do. So I think when you have a random memory that pops up, write it down. Remember what it was like during that moment, what exactly happened, because I think that that's leading you um, to the information. It's almost like guiding you, but it's guiding you in a safe way. It's pulling up like a pleasurable or some kind of moment that you feel something about, and it's kind of pulling you in that safety of that memory, right? But I think that you are getting messages. I think that you have a clear definition in a box around the way that you receive it and the way that you feel like you receive it. So you might be questioning your gifts or how you're seeing them. Um, and don't. You're very unique. And I do think that if you have someone teach you their way, I think it's going to leave you more confused and hurt your confidence a little bit because you don't access things quite the way that anybody else does. So believe in yourself and start just asking yourself when you're being triggered or reactive, and try to take note of why you're going through that. And the more that you kind of internalize and self process, you will learn and you will grow by yourself. Other people can help guide you, but I don't think you access it the same way. Let me pull a card for her. And then, yeah, brand new path, brand new opportunity. Just take that leap of faith, dive in. And honestly, you don't need a mentor or a tutor or whatever. You got this. Everybody is born this way. We have it. You've been taught or you've thought that it's not right, or people around us didn't experience it. And so we've learned to turn things off and tune things out. This is your natural state of being. You're just reawakening to it. So just to let yourself flow. Okay, Richard. Mm-hmm. Oh. Hi, Melvin. Melvin, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm poor with names. Trying to about my future if possible, and thank you. Okay, let's pull some cards for you, hon. I'm sorry if that gets on you guys' nerves. Just speak up because I'm Southern, and so we say hun, sweetie, sugar. It's just part of our natural speak. So I apologize. I don't mean to be offensive in that way. It's just kind of the way that we learn to talk. It's part of our vocabulary. I feel like you're in a chess match. I feel like you're trying to plan 5 steps ahead. I feel like you can see the way in front of you. I feel like something has held you back, and it's just like you're planning ahead and you're planning kind of ways around it. I don't get that you're discontent. I don't get that anything. I don't know exactly what. I would say maybe it's in what you're wanting to do, or maybe it's in like the tangible physical life that you lead. But I do feel like maybe you need to step back and kind of enjoy the roses, because I think you plan 5 steps ahead, and I think that you're highly analytical. But the thing, I do think that you have a very good balance between what you want, your emotions, and then your thought processes. But I do feel like it's time for you to enjoy and quit kind of trying to strategize everything around you and having to plan things out. And thank you. I appreciate that. Um, Stop and smell the roses. But I do think that you're coming out of something where you've had to plan something. So I don't know if you're getting ready to make a move of some kind or whatever, where you've had to kind of think in advance of all the different things that could come out of it. But I do feel like you're moving past it and you're going into a space where you're building like your legacy, or there's longevity. I feel like there's roots to it. So but you need to stop and smell the roses. But I do think that everything's happening right now. And I think it's going to speed up. So whatever it is right now, I think you're kind of in that lull. But I think it's building momentum during this time. So whatever's going on with you is getting ready to speed up very rapidly. So it might go before the blink of an eye. So definitely stop, take time for yourself, enjoy the things that you like to enjoy, but take time. I'm sorry, but I do feel like you're getting messages. I'm seeing dreamscapes in my head. Okay, sorry, it just popped up right when I said it. I feel like you're getting stuff in your head. I am so sorry for your loss. Are you? Is that the dreamscapes that I'm getting in my head? Because I feel like you're being talked to, and I feel like there's things that are popping up when you sleep. Do you feel like he's talking to you? Because I think he is, because I'm sitting here getting dreamscapes and I'm looking down and I'm trying to process what I'm getting, and I look up and I see the message that about your husband. I look at life and death very differently than a lot of people. And I hope this helps you a little bit. And I always tell everybody, take what resonates and just throw away what doesn't. That person might not be here tangibly, and we grieve the loss of the physicality of it, but that person never really leaves us. They're always there in essence. They're there in the air we breathe. They're in the life we've created. They're in every aspect of our being. And you can still communicate with them. We just do that a lot of times when we're asleep because we're in a state of least resistance. So that person can get through and really talk to us through our dreams and symbolism and stuff, because our analytical brain is shut down at that point in time. And I do think that that's how I would say, when you go to bed at night, say, I'm inviting you in, I'm open or I'm receptive, I want to talk to you. Like I told the other person earlier, just create that space and let them know you're receptive. Just take a breath, write them down. They could be symbolic, it could be a number of things when you dream. Write them down, sweetheart, and just take note of them. Observe. I'm not telling you to engage, just kind of observe, and by observing you'll understand. But clear your head before bed. Invite your husband to be able to communicate with you. I don't think people realize that sometimes our loved ones don't communicate with us as openly as we would like. It's because we don't invite them to. They don't know that we want them to, and we don't create space for them to be able to. So I think going to bed when we're starting to doze off, taking a few deep breaths and inviting that person in to communicate when your brain is kind of shut down and it's easiest for everybody, inviting them in and talking to them is a great opportunity to reconnect. I'm sometimes hearing messages in my head. Just think it's me talking to myself. No, sweetheart. I don't think that this, sometimes I do think it is because the person has gone and they have left the physical and we're trying to like reconnect the pieces best we can. In your case, I really don't think that's the case. And I would tell you if I did, I would say just listen. Sometimes something like this kind of reawakens part of us that has laid dormant. Just relax, know that it's not anything scary or anything to be fearful of, and let them speak. The more you acknowledge them speaking, the clearer it will become to you. So just relax into it, and good luck. And I really am sorry for your loss. Okay, Richard? I am so sorry, Melvin. Good luck to you. My heart goes out to you. Okay. You don't have to post it if you don't want. You can just tell me. I'm glad you got it. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Good evening, Marcus. Okay. Hi, Sue. Will the rift in my family be healed? I'm going to actually pull some cards on that one because I feel like there's two extremes, and it depends on how much energy and time you need to put into something, or you're willing to put into something. Because I feel like you may have to be the initiator, but it depends on whether or not you really want. It's kind of like training a puppy. You have to coddle the puppy, but then you have to also set boundaries and discipline them and do it in a way that doesn't cause any kind of chaos. It just takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of repetition. I think that it can be. I think that anything can be fixed or healed with the right motivation and with yeah, you're just going to have to take the approach. You're going to have to take a different approach than what other people have taken. You're going to have to put in time, energy, and the work if you're wanting it to get done. I think there's been band-aids put on things, and it's kind of like you have to be the bearer of bad news, and you have to kind of rip the band-aids off and then still soothe them. I do think that it can be healed. I think, like I said, it will take time, and it will take a lot of dedication and energy on your part. As long as you're willing, I think anything can happen. Good luck to you, hun. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hi, Stace. Will my landlord fix my house up or move me into a different property? I can tell you what I'm getting. I feel like you're in a state where it's testing your patience, and it's going to continue to test your patience. I don't think they're ready to quite fix things up, but I don't feel like they're ready to move you anywhere else either. I think that you're going to kind of have to take the initiative and kind of be a little pushy about it and use your determined nature to get it done before anything happens. I feel like someone's dragging their heels, and I don't know that either one is going to come easily to you. I think it's going to take a lot of like pressure and perseverance on your part. You're welcome, Stace. Good luck to you, and just stay on them. I mean, if you annoy them, that's the best way to get somebody to react to you. Trust me, I do it all the time. Okay. 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 Tomorrow, at 10 a.m. UK time at SPTV UK, you've got Bree influencing your future steps, tarot readings, mediumship, healing, and more, guiding you through different divinations in each show, broadcasting live. So make sure you guys check Bree out tomorrow. And tomorrow night, Collective Consciousness with Bill Hughes, and his guest is Marcus. And that's at 8 p.m. UK time tomorrow night. So check out Collective Consciousness with Bill Hughes and his guest, Marcus. And again, my name is Riki, and I own Tarot and Intuition. I have an office in Oklahoma in the United States. You can find me at Tarot and Intuition on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Aimster, you need guidance. Okay. I'm sorry, Richard. Aimster, could you let me know in what area? Because I feel like you need to be specific, and I haven't gotten that yet tonight, but I feel like you need to pick a specific area. because I feel like there's a lot going on, and there needs to be a specific. Okay. Hi, Riki. Okay. Hold on. He just kind of clued me in. I don't see everything. I just see the one. And so he found something. So give me 1 second to read this, and I'll pull a card for you, okay? We haven't seen him since 2019. Wonder if we get a chance to visit them in England in the next year. Now restrictions have lifted. Can you please see if you get anything? Yes. Okay. No, it's whichever one. I mean, I can answer both of them. On this one, I do think yes, that you will travel, you will get to see them. I still think there's a little bit of time there. I feel like there's some planning that has to be done first, but I do think that it'll happen probably within the next 5 or 6 months. But I feel like the preparations, for some reason, will get pushed back. So if you plan it for like the next 1 or 2, there'll be like something that happens and it'll be pushed back a little bit. I don't necessarily know on what part, but I do feel like it will be pushed back, and probably within the next 5 or 6 months, I do think that you guys will be reunited. What is the other one, Richard? Duet? Travel. Let's look at love. You're opening up new ways of, new ideas of what you want, and you're creating. You're being mindful, and you're creating the atmosphere that invites things in. I do think that as far as love, you're on the right path. I think. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I think the only thing that stops you from love or feeling loved or being in love I feel like it feels very similar to kind of the way I feel sometimes, and that's why I'm struggling with the words. I feel like I love people. I love everybody, but I feel like sometimes I judge if I know how to love someone the way that they love me. And I put, well, am I loving them? Am I doing? And sometimes I give, and I don't know how to express what I feel inside, because the word doesn't really mean the same as, I guess, somebody else that would say it. So I'll say it a lot, or I try to do things to show someone. I feel like somehow you're restricting the love. And I don't feel like you're restricting love in you. I feel like I feel like there's something like you're trying to let it out, and it's being contained, and you're just in the part of looking at something differently and being in the right atmosphere where it's expanding and it's growing. So I hope that helps. So as far as love, I think you're actually seeking in part of better relationships than what you have been a part of previously. Absolutely, your father is not with platform. Well, that'll be resolved in, I'd say, about 5 or 6 months. So just know that something keeps getting put off, but it will be resolved, and I think you guys will be reunited within 5 or 6 months. And as far as love, I think you're opening new doors with that maybe you didn't know possible, or that you didn't feel possible. So I think you're feeling things in a different way than what you've had. So I think love looks good too. Mm-hmm. Hi, seashells. If John can get a message, please, absolutely. Let me see what I got for you, hon. Okay. Are you going through some kind of an awakening? Because I feel like you're kind of like seeing. I feel like you're connected. I feel like you're very empathic, but you're very in tune, especially with the physical, tangible things around you. Like it's a push and pull physically. Most people see that's empathic. I'm kind of on the fence about that term, because to me, when we imply that we're empathic, I feel like that's kind of giving our right away to say that we do or we don't have a choice on taking on somebody's energy, because we can experience it without necessarily having to take it on. But I do feel like you're experiencing things in a new way, and that you're kind of pushing back the curtain to a new way of looking at things. So that tells me that I don't know if you've had a spiritual awakening or something, but something is shifting to where maybe new opportunities will be presenting themselves. I feel like everything in your world is kind of picking up speed. It's building momentum. Things are taking off. You think about something and it happens. This tells us that we're kind of in alignment with what's around us. We're kind of in our zone or our sweet spot, if you'd like to say. So I would say whatever you're doing, keep doing it. That it's only going to get better. And I'm really not getting a whole lot else. I do think that you might get a little frustrated with maybe feeling overwhelmed or maybe anxious, because I feel both inside me right now. But I'm wondering if it's not just because you're experiencing things from a new angle or from a new perspective. And sometimes what we don't understand kind of has this trigger of anxiety, or it causes us a little bit of fear. So I would say take a deep breath, kind of reground, because I do get that you're very in touch and in tune with things around you, and count it as a blessing, but make sure that you take control of your energy and you choose what you do and don't engage with. But I do think things are going to go very, very rapidly through the rest of this year for you. Okay. And thank you, Seashells, for getting on. Huh? Okay. You're very welcome, Amster. Good luck. I wish you well with you and your family. That's it. You guys, if you want to check me out or get a personal or private reading with me, you can hit me up on my Facebook or Insta at Tarot and Intuition. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you getting on today, and make sure you check out SPTV tomorrow with Bree and what's the guy's name? Bill Hughes. Is that his name? Bill Hughes and his visitor Marcus. So see you guys again. And I guess that's it.